The final of the Euro 2024 is set. Spain versus England, the best team of the tournament versus the team which finally played its first good game in the semi-finals. But still, this has a good potential, and I'm going to tell you why. First, let's look at the paths these teams took to get here. Spain was perfect in the group stage, winning all of its games. Then they cruised past Georgia, but in the quarters and the semis, they had two very difficult games against fellow favorites Germany and France, but they managed to overcome them as well. England was basically inept in attack until the semi-final, when they finally played their first good game in the tournament. They were poor in the group stage, scoring only 2 goals, and then they had to come back from behind in all of its knockout stage games, which, if nothing else, shows the resilience of this team. Spain has been great right from the beginning. They've scored most goals, have had the highest expected goals, they've had most shots on goals, second most attacks, most ball recoveries, and they've just basically been the most impressive team right from the start. The only doubt about their first 11 in the final is the partner of Laporte in defense. It may be Lenormand or Nacho. Spain is very dangerous in attack. Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal give them great one-on-one dribblers, passers and shooters of the ball on both wings. Rodri and Fabian Ruiz have been exceptional in the build-up. They progress the ball up the pitch seamlessly. Rodri through his passing, and Fabian adds very smart movement to this duo. They always find players between the lines, most often Morata or daniolmo. And Olmo has been so good in that number 10 spot. I'm glad that he's finally playing more centrally. This is where he flourishes and becomes a truly top player. He's so dangerous on the ball as a dribbler in tight spaces, as a playmaker, but Olmo can of course shoot himself too. He has scored 3 goals and made 2 assists, and even though he started the tournament on the bench, Olmo has been the player of the Euro 2024 for me. Spain can score in so many different ways. They have scored from set pieces, they have scored on counterattacks, they have scored from crosses, they have scored from long-range distance shots, they have scored from cutbacks, they have scored from late runs into the box. This team has it all. Spain has been solid defensively too. They take a calculated risk by playing a very high defensive line, and they do concede chances. Their expected goals against is at 6.51, but there is a context to this. Spain has been playing with leads for most of the tournament, which naturally forces the opposition to attack. Their XG against has been inflated by a late penalty from Croatia and a very tough game against Germany. Most of the chances conceded by Spain have been half or quarter chances. Spain has been very good in preventing dangerous transition attacks through, let's say it honestly, through tactical fouls of Rodri and Carvajal and a few other players, but they've also been very good in recovering to their defensive positions during touch counterattacks. Spain is also yet to concede from now customary 1 horrible mistake per game from the goalkeeper Unai Simon, but perhaps England can change that. I have talked over and over again about England's boring football and their total lack of ideas and plan in attack. But here we are. England is back to the final of the European Championship. Thanks to being on the weaker side of the bracket, their resilience to come back 3 times in the knockout stage, they're actually very solid defense and very rare moments of brilliance, like the one we saw from Ollie Watkins against the Dutch. What a strike. England switched its formation in the quarters from 4 defenders to 3, but they have not made a single change to their starting 11 despite their poor attacking football. They played their best game in the semis against the Netherlands. They finally started creating chances. That was the best game that Foden and Saka played in this tournament. England finally started finding players in space, which was also thanks to the Dutch not parking the bus the whole game. But England in attack continues to be very asymmetric. Look at this screenshot here. They try to overload their right side, which is not a problem per se. But often, the only player on the left is Kieran Trippier, who is right-footed. England rarely attempts to use the space on the left vacated by the opposition to send in diagonal balls for Trippier. Most probably because Trippier is right-footed, and by the time he gets the ball and takes it to his right foot to cross, the opposition defense manages to get back in shape, and instead of continuing the attacking move, Trippier is forced to pass the ball backwards. Perhaps Luke Shaw, a natural left back, may solve this issue, but knowing Southgate's conservative approach, that seems unlikely. England's defense has been its main strength. They've conceded only 5.35 expected goals against in 6 games, which is 1 expected goal less than what Spain has conceded. But they've also not played the best attacking teams in the Euro 2024, which again tells us about the luck of this English team playing in the weaker side of the bracket in the knockout stage. And this is not the first time. Look at all the knockout stage games that England has played in the Southgate era. The luck really does favor this English team. Bottom line, Spain has endeared itself to neutral fans by playing a beautiful attacking football, and they're considered the favorites of the tournament, and rightly so. England has scraped through to the final, playing very uninspired football, scoring only 7 goals in 6 games, but here we are, they're in the final of the European Championship once again, and they're not going to care much about what the outsiders have to say about their style of play or complete lack of style of play. Expect England to play the same way they did against Italians in the final of Euro 2020, right after they scored the first goal. Remember that game? England scored very early and then just basically parked the bus.
Defend, defend, defend. And as we say now in my country, they brought the bus and they left the bus in front of the goal.
Refusing to challenge the Italians. I think England will be more or less happy to sit back and then use the pace of Bellingham, Saka, Mainu and a few other players to hit Spain on counterattacks. They could of course try their luck by pressing Spain high, trying to have more possession and in general just playing a more positive kind of football, but I think Southgate is too conservative for that in the final. Plus England is not going to suddenly come up with a better attacking plan in positional attack, so I think they're going to concede most of the possession to Spain. But remember this is not the Spanish team of old with stale possession. This is a new team, this is a brave team which likes to attack in numbers and always finds players in spaces in between lines. Spain will have most of the possession while England will look to harm them on counterattacks. So far Spain has been very good in minimizing the risk of their high defensive line, and I expect them to do the same in the final against England. My prediction is Spain is going to win this game 2-0. Spain is going to score 1 goal in the first half and then they'll frustrate England by refusing to give them any of the ball and conceding much of the possession, just like they did against France in the second half of the semi-final. England will not find much rhythm in this game and Spain is going to score 1 more goal on the counterattack in the second half to put the game away. That is going to be a fair ending to Euro 2024, the best team of the tournament winning it. So the Euro 2024 is almost over, but our football content is going to continue and will become more diverse. For now, hit that bell button to be notified about all our future videos and subscribe to Football On Site. See you on the next one.